Well, nothing left to do now but to see if it worked, right? um, this is a little weird. It's been a while since I've streamed, and now I'm going to be streaming doing something that I actually, want to do for a living. It seems like that worked. It's good to know. I wish there was a way that I could fix this, but it's whatever. Um, hmm. All right. I'm going to go grab something. I'll be right back. Sorry about that noise for anybody who might be watching. Mm. Oh, nice. All right, well, nothing left to do but do, I guess. Yep. Um, that bit rate's kind of bad, but it's whatever. How do I sound? You have your sound muted. Well, hi. Good to see you. You have your sound muted. Well, hi. Good to see you. But you're gonna lurk here? Hello. Thank you for lurking. I'm just chilling, hanging out. All right. Well, let's get to work, I guess. Hello, everyone. My name is Ben Birchfield. I'm a professional musician and audio engineer in the DFW area, and I like to use my streams to share things with people that I think are cool. So today, I'm going to be, for those of you watching who know me, I have an indie rock band that I'm starting relatively soon called Bad Habits, and I've been working on some transcriptions for songs and stuff. I'm a bit off to the side. There. Anyway, so yeah, Sorry, I have an indie rock band that I'm trying to start, and I need to work on the music for it. So I figured instead of sitting here and by myself and working on things, I figured it might be fun to share with people. So um, I guess that's kind of it. So I'm gonna that's yeah. Anyway, for those of you who are watching on YouTube, you unfortunately won't be able to hear any of the music that I'm playing. However, you will be able to see the music that I'm working on and hear that as well. I don't want to get a copyright struck. That's kind of just it. So, anyways, without any further ado, let's get to work. Cool. So today we are going to be working on a song called Ghosting by Mother Mother. And that sounds like this. Okay, something I want to test is how this sounds in comparison to myself. Okay, something I want to test is how this sounds in comparison to myself. Checking and talking and speaking. That sounds pretty good, actually. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pause that. So checking and talking and speaking. That sounds pretty good, actually. Okay. For the uninitiated, which is pretty much everyone at this point, the transcription for this song is done. I've already finished it. However, there's some extra detail work that I would like to do before I move on to anything else, like having dynamics as well as articulation markings for the guitars. So the arrangement for this right now is lead vocals and then 2 background vocals, one of which will be sung probably by my girlfriend or whatever guests I have to sing this with live. And then I will be singing the background vocals as well as playing acoustic guitar. And then we have guitar, like another guitar, which is an electric guitar, and then bass guitar and a drum kit. So, I'm just kind of going through, listening to stuff, and then saying, oh, okay, well, this is, this is what I'm listening to, and here's what I'm hearing. Let me write that down. So let's get started. Pre-chorus 1 has, I forgot where I left off last I worked on this. I think the bass, there's still some articulation markings here. Maybe like here-ish. Not really, right? Because I don't really think that the vocalists need articulation markings. And yeah, I don't know. Because I think they it's like something that we can cover in rehearsal or something. And then um, we have the acoustic guitar. I might put in some things for this. Let me go ahead and go over the where's it? Is the um um you don't need treats. You don't need tricks. Where's the first time that happens? It's to leave your house and home unhaunted. You don't. Oh, here it is. You don't need poltergeists for sidekicks. You don't need treats. And you don't need tricks. These all sound very legato in nature. Part of me wonders if I should notate this a bit differently. Oh, something I forgot to say is if you are in the chat and you're listening and whatnot, please don't be shy. Please say hello. Anyway, earlier I mentioned that the vocalists don't really need articulations. I'm not a formally trained vocalist, so if at any point there is a vocalist in the stream who is, kind of trained in the Western music system and stuff, will you maybe say something about whether or not you usually see articulation markings above, or I guess like on your music, or are you kind of, is that something that you'll talk about at a later point? Anyway, or I guess just like, is that something that you usually see in your music notation? Something I kind of want to do is I want to put in just like a figure here and have like this. Oops, that wasn't supposed to happen. Let's do this and then select all of that and then change this to, what is it? It's note heads and then this, right? And then have this be E, and then maybe have like a guitar diagram, like a fretboard diagram. See, oh, there's like a bunch of preset ones. Is this B minor? How do I add to fretboard diagrams? Drag items to the palette or directly in your score. We're working in MuseScore, by the way. I don't know if I spoke about that or not. How the heck is that F sharp minor? Oh, it is. Wait, what? But wouldn't that be... No. Oh, this is so weird. I've never used the fretboard diagrams thing before. C7, D, E. Actually, yeah, that's it. Would that be weird? Is that a weird thing to put? Hold on, I'm gonna get rid of all of it. It seems like it's so goofy. It's so goofy. I like never, but it does like specify like what thing I want played, right? And then what, which is F sharp, right? F minor, F G. Is there a way I can like transpose chord diagrams? Can I, like, what if I did this? That looks so weird. But can I like okay, look. Can I transpose up a major second, right? Did that work? Does that make a difference? Like if I do I guess if I select both, by interval up a major, no, not a major third. Where is it? Major second. Up a major second. F sharp. See, like it transports or it transposes the chord, but it doesn't transpose the chord symbol. And that's like why I thought the diagram, like the chord diagram would be better, because I was thinking like maybe it would make more sense to have the like the chord diagram there instead of having the entire voicing written out, so that it's like, oh, here's what that chord looks like on the guitar. I never use chord diagrams. Usually I'll just see like a chord symbol like this and I'll just come up with one on the spot. But the problem is that there isn't really a lot of options in the fretboard diagrams section of this, So it's like, well, what do I really want to go with here, right? Because a lot of these are like open chords, and they're, they don't go very far. And I wonder. Okay. What's it called? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to see if there's a better option. It kind of doesn't seem like there is, because if I go to more, there's like no elements. I don't know how to like is there a way that I can create? Hold on, let me look this up. MuseScore fretboard diagrams. Can I like make new ones? Custom fretboard diagrams? Oops. I have a bad computer monitor that sometimes turns to static, and I gotta turn it off and on again to get it to work properly. Although that could be like a bad connection or something. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's go here. MuseScore allows the use and creation of fretboard or chord diagrams. They usually appear above the staff on lead sheets and piano scores. They're commonly used for guitar chords, but MuseScore permits the creation of diagrams for any instrument. So how do I make a new one? In many cases, the standard chords from the fretboard palette are used as a starting point for creating modified chord diagrams via the inspector. Oh. So like if I do this and then I go to like properties or something. Whoa. Oh, trippy. I've never used this before. Can you tell that this is new to me? Wait, so like can I like move them or what? That's F major, I guess, right? I guess, okay, so I just click, and then with these guys, can I like, I can get rid of them like that? Okay. And then so I guess this is like F, and then I want to bar across F sharp, right? So if I do like this and then that, how does that work? Like that, maybe? And I guess that's like the not the bridge. Sorry, I'm exposing the fact that I don't know my guitar anatomy. Wait, but that's kind of sick. Show fingerings? Oh, I don't want to do that. I don't think there's that I don't think it's necessary to have that amount of hand holding, right? That's so weird. That's so weird, but I kind of dig it because it's like a really easy way. I kind of want to text a friend and see. Even. Hey man, when you're reading guitar sheet music and somebody wants you to read a specific voicing, would you rather somebody write the rhythm you want, the rhythm they want played, with the voicing spelled out, or something like a chord diagram to show you which specific voicing they want played? Because I feel like there's something about the chord diagram that feels handholdy, I guess. I don't know. That's just like my own personal, I guess, bias based off of like my training or whatever. How does this? Yeah. I mean, it works, and it's seriously either or work great. Really? Huh. That's interesting. Well, then part of me wants to put the chord symbol. That way you're like sheet music. Like, here. Maybe write the notes on the staff for the first hit and then slash notes for the rest. That's kind of what I was thinking here. You know, I have one measure of the specific notes, but then like I guess here, let me go to this. What would I rather read? Because I'm not gonna have a ton of time to like look and be like, oh, this is the voicing or whatever. Whether it like, you know, as opposed to seeing something like this, if I see this, then I go, oh, okay, well then that's, you know, like that's probably a bar chord or whatever, or, you know. Anyway, does this write a chord symbol every single time? Also, this is wrong. This is wrong. I don't know how that ended up there. Anyway, either or work great. Maybe write the notes on the staff for the first hit and then slash notes for the rest. Yeah, I have currently a rhythm with the notes on the staff for the first bar and then slashes for the rest of the section or whatever. I guess I'm just thinking about what would be easier / cleaner to read. I think that works great. Okay, then we'll go with that then. What I had originally. Yeah, we'll, you know, undo all this chord diagram nonsense and just do that. That's probably fine. And then like, yeah, okay. Well, that's enough for that aside, I suppose. The only reason to do the other option itself is because the guitarist prefers it. But wait, you did a standard? Okay, gotcha. For those of you who may be watching who are curious about who I'm talking to, I have a guitarist friend who I'm asking, but I'm texting him with my personal phone number, and I don't want to air his phone number out to other people. I'm just reading things as they come along. So if you like don't see his name in the chat or anything like that, like, you know, that's why. Cool. Cool. Well, I guess that's kind of it for this section then. And then there's this guy, which I've also already done, it looks like. I tried putting some articulation markings here. Oh, maybe I could do this like here, and then articulations, and this. And then what else is there? What's the bass dynamic here? Forte? Well, let's see if we actually want that. That seems pretty mezzo forte to me. Whoa! Muse score is crushing. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have this in at mezzo forte. So let's go to dynamics, and then mezzo forte, and then we'll sit here, and then we'll leave. We could probably leave these. What's the last dynamic? Forte? Ooh. How does this sound? I mean, I'm not gonna base it entirely based off of how muse score sounds, but I'm gonna put a mezzo forte here because I feel like it should be in line with the background. Like I don't think it should be much louder than the background singer. And then I kind of, yeah, we should probably all have an accent on that. Do like a just a very clear, yeah. And then maybe like a swell into that, or some kind of dynamic change, like all right, let's go a little further back than that. Maybe all work to like a forte dynamic there. So like have a like start this at a piano, and then sort of just all grow that, and then hit like a maybe piano to forte and then double forte on the thing, right? Like but I don't know if I want that to what is it? It's actually all one dynamic level, and I think the accent will make the difference. So for now, let's just say that every single one of these notes are going to start, is going to be the forte mark that we reach at the end of this crescendo. So then yeah. Okay. And then this is all very legato in the guitar. Oh, it's flipping out again. Oh, you can see the very you can see the like very clear frame. Okay. So this is all like, I don't know what you would call it, like this is all forte because this was forte. So what's that sound like in the actual? Loud. Surprisingly, it doesn't sound like that much of a difference, but I feel like there has to be an energy change there. Otherwise, this really long thing that we do during the bridge doesn't make a lot of sense. So, yeah, let's do that then. Let's drop down to like mezzo piano here. So the vocal will be mezzo forte, right? And then the background vocals will be mezzo piano, and then the background the guitar will be mezzo piano as well, and then oops, she's freaking out again. Oh, okay. It's fine. I'm just gonna let it sit for a minute. I don't want to save or lose any progress when I save. So I have a decent computer, and MuseScore likes to save whenever I tell it to, but I'm running this. I think I'm running MuseScore off of my computer, but then the file that I'm referencing is on a NAS that I have at home. So because it's happening over a network, sometimes I can lose connection to the specific, not necessarily the instance of MuseScore, but to the specific file that I'm, the specific file path I might lose connection to every now and again. Something else I want to do is test how my microphone sounds in comparison to the thing. So I'm just gonna go here and let that play for a bit. So now when I speak, it's pretty. God, that's really aggressive. That's like really aggressive. MuseScore is so like, any music notation is going to be like so like really cold and unrelenting in the way that it does stuff. But I'm still gonna lower that a tad just so it's not egregious. Maybe if I could lower MuseScore, how much do I want to lower it? Maybe like 3 dB. Maybe like 5 dB. Oh, let's split the difference. Let's do like 4. Dude, I need to shave real bad. Goddamn. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to what we're doing. Right. So, let's see now here. Oh, right. There's the what does that sound here? That's a pretty heavy like let's do like an accent at mezzo forte, and then boom boom, and then kind of just very quickly let that string kind of die down, and then I don't know what to do in the drums. I mean, like, I feel like on the drum. Okay. Why is it gotta freeze like that? It's really annoying. Okay. Is that like a cymbal choke on B2? I think they're just letting that ring. Yeah, in which case it'll die down on its own. Um and then yeah, I think that's good. Let's just yeah, I don't know. I think that's good. Let's keep going. So all these are pretty like, here's what the bridge sounds like. All those seem like some pretty heavy chugs. And I don't need to put articulation markings on all of them. I don't know. I might just not. What does the bass sound like? Oh, that's lifted. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We are going to select every single one of these notes all the way up until here. We're gonna do this, and then here. Ooh. Let's adjust that a little bit so that it goes to the bar line, and then we'll adjust this too so that it starts here. Drum fill in a silence, and whatever drummer I have on that will kind of see what I'm talking about when they listen to the original. Okay. Yeah. Oh, something I'm super curious about testing is does that show up? It should. It does. What's that look like over here? That actually doesn't look like it shows up at all, which is a little awkward. But that's annoying. That actually kind of makes me sad because it makes me think that if anybody's watching on YouTube, they're not going to see my chat. I guess that's something for me to work on next time. Because ain't nobody here, right? Anyways, whatever. And that's, that's fine. Oh, wait. I guess it says 2 watching. Who else is watching on YouTube but me? Well, if you're in the chat and you are comfortable, please say hello. Anyway. Okay. Now, I think for these guitar chugs, I kind of feel like the context kind of speaks for itself, right? So I think I'm going to leave this here. However, I do want to find the points where like the dynamics really change, because this is all going to be very quiet. Okay. Let us see. Maybe what I can do. It seems to be like there's a very obvious shift in energy when it's I'm just a ghost out of his grave. Would it be so bad if I stayed? I'm just a ghost out of his grave. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and switch this grave to forte. Have the singers in at mezzo forte. Guitar was mezzo piano before. We'll have both the guitars in mezzo forte, I think. And then the bass at forte. Actually, let me see. Yeah. Why not? Have the bass in at forte, and then we'll see. Because I want it to be a pretty sudden shift. I don't want it to be like a, I don't want to grow into it. Okay. Yeah, that's probably it, right? Maybe the end might be good to take a look at. Man, now the fact that I don't have my Twitch chat or my YouTube chat here kind of bothers me. But whatever, I'll fix it for next time. I actually don't think there's like a huge dynamic shift here, other than maybe the end. So I think I'm going to say that it's fine like that. Okay. Well, what else do we got? How... Honestly, yeah, like I could just do this and have those as legatos, and then I can just kind of follow the bass there. And then I want these to be kind of loud, so forte in all of them, and then all of these truthfully have accents on them. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. Let's do a whole note that has the voicing in it. So it's going to be E, B, E. Boom. Actually, ba, 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 and then yeah, we'll kind of leave that, and then we'll just have the rest kind of mimic that same thing. I'm sure I've made it, clear enough that it's whole notes. And then we'll just put accents on all of. Well, let's do accents on the first one, and then the rest should follow. So now we'll do like a this, right, and then the bass too, for sure. So let's do this and throw accents on all of them, and then we'll do this a double forte. Fortissimo, if you will. And then these will just be forte, right? Because I feel like they got to be strong too. So this might be loud. That's awkward. Now I feel like now would be a good time to like actually go this program. Dude, it's just gonna Anyway. It's actually not that loud, truthfully, which is kind of crazy. It's actually like pretty mezzo forte, which is crazy because I feel like the drums have been pretty mezzo forte this whole time. Oh, I didn't say what dynamic I wanted on the drums. Honestly, I like forte for the drums, but then when we get here, I think I want a mezzo forte sort of deal. Anyway, now it seems like there is what? I think we're good for the dynamics on everything and the articulation. Oh, this guy. Ugh. Okay, fine. Select all of these guys. And then do like that. And then we'll just grab all of these guys, and then we'll what? What are we doing? Oh yeah, I'm accenting them, but no, a normal accent is fine. And then maybe what do I have in the bass guitar? Like in earlier parts. Yeah, they're all like normal. Oh, some of them are normal accents. Some of them are like accents with a tenuto underneath them. Or like a tenuto with a accent above. That's fine. Anyway, and then that's really low for me. Da 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 yeah. Da 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 yeah. Yeah. I could just leave that as is. I think that's fine. Let's put a tenuto here and then kind of see like maybe. Honestly, I think this could keep that accent because the pattern's the same, and then all of these can get tenutos. What else? The oof. Let's see if we can get some cymbal chokes, shall we? Just do like a that maybe. Maybe that'll help. That's fine, but like I'll just have to let the drummer know like, hey, those are really, it's a hard off on 2, really hard off on 2. I mean, I could write it into the sheet music. I could write like a -2 in some text or whatever. Right? Let's do that, shall we? Let's well, hold on. Let me see how aggressive I want that. It's where is it in the form? Come on. My shit's bugging. Okay. I'm actually kind of curious. I want to see. Oh, when my mouse moves fast, you can't even see it. That's kind of crazy. All right, that's fine. Anyway, sure. Let's keep it going then, shall we? Let's do this. Oh, no. What is it? So that you'll know I'm out of hiding. Or is that before the? We'll just see where we are. Oh, I'm a little behind. Okay. Decided to leave your house and home unhaunted. You don't need poltergeist for sidekicks. Oh, that's actually like. That's like a -0.5. I may as well just make those eighth notes. No, I mean, like, it should be, I'm going to be playing with jazz musicians anyway, so, like, they're going to know that these are basically eighth notes. So I'm going to leave it like that. And then, yeah. And then what's next? Yeah. Okay. These, I remember, they're already forte, mezzo forte and stuff. Right? And then what's this? Is this all mezzo forte also? Yeah, it is. Yeah, I mean, there's not really a lot of room to create like a huge dynamic difference there, but there definitely needs to be one. But then, like once we get to chorus 2, it doesn't really matter. Like it's kind of just all in. It's all loud. We're all loud here. So I'll just kind of reiterate the dynamics of like what I want here. I want everything loud as shit. Actually, let's also put this in forte or fortissimo, and then we'll double forte all of this. And then is this more? That's actually like the most legato bass, or that's actually the most legato I've heard the bass all song. So let's get a good forte here. And then I don't want the guitars at fortissimo. I want the guitars at forte as well as the bass. But then yeah, honestly, I'm just gonna make sure that they're all kind of connected. And then yeah, that shit's sick. This is probably all gonna have to be. It's probably all gonna have to be this. We're actually almost done, which is kind of dope. I'm gonna have to make some, some new files and whatnot, which is fine. I mean, I'm gonna have to, take a look, see at all the parts and make sure that those are all good too. So y'all are stuck with me for just a little longer. How long have I been streaming? About an hour. It's like, what, 55 minutes and 36 seconds? So, yeah, it's good. Anyway, maybe I could figure out the chat thing, too. Anyway, for now, we'll just keep it moving. I think, don't need no Hallows Eve. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's here. You don't need. Damn, that decrescendo's crazy, but it's only happening because the limitations on sustain on the guitar and bass, right? So honestly, let's just throw like a big accent on everything and then let it die down naturally, right? And then we'll have the drums come in with that, right? We'll have that in at mezzo forte, and then the mi the mi we'll have it at mezzo forte as well, and then this also at mezzo forte, I think, and then we'll just kind of let that ring out. Nice. Go ahead and let that save, and then that's pretty. Let's just throw a little extra accent on there too, just 'cause why the hell not, right? Yeah. And then we'll just kind of let that be what it is for now. Yeah, that's good. Okay, let me just go through. Well, I guess I haven't touched much on the vocal parts, right? Like I could probably leave most of this alone because all I really did was add dynamics, and I don't think that's really going to be enough to like justify having to move certain staves over or whatever. Now here, starting with the acoustic guitar, that might be different because, I mean, these might actually be the only articulation markings I've left in, other than like some stuff like this. The guitar seems chillin' too. I don't like this though. What's up with this? Why is it 3 pages? Can I make it 2 pages? Why is the bridge is here and then it goes here? What's up with that? Why is it weird? I guess maybe this is the best that I could do for a page turn. This sucks though. I want to have this one down here. All right. Well, that's annoying, whatever. Anyway, the bass is looking good. Drum kit. The drum kit also looks like it's chilling. It's cool. I can export these parts all over again. Let's go into parts is over here, right? Uh, or how do I? No, there's like an export something or other. File, export, and then we're gonna export. We're gonna select all, and then we're gonna. Let's actually, you know what? There's the background vocals and an acoustic guitar. See, like this is an empty stave. I don't know. Whatever, dude. It's fine, I guess. It's fine. But yeah, like, if only I could just get rid of this empty stave at the beginning. I don't really know how to do that though, because I have empty staves hidden for the rest of the thing, just not here. So it's all good though. It's fine. I think so long as it's all good, then yeah, we'll make a new one because this one has articulations now. So we'll say file, export, everything but the score, and then we'll go into export each part into a separate file. Definitely no transparent background. Open destination folder on export for sure. And then we'll just have this in the sheet music, and then we'll just call it ghosting, and then I'll have the rest of the part names populate for the rest. How do I... Okay, it would appear we have some extra work to do. So let's try to do some movie magic, shall we? Let's do this, and then yeah, let's maybe do this, and then yeah. Okay, hang on. I'm working on getting some. Hold on. Is there a way that I can be a little safer about this? That's not very. Yeah, I don't really want the name of my NAS pingable on stream, so it's probably best we don't do that. However, what I can do. Well, maybe. Hold on. I don't want to do that. Hold on. Let's not. It's window capture probably. File Explorer. Select a window. Explorer. Let's go ahead and duplicate this and then call this 3 file management. And then I don't need most of this stuff. Like now I can make a new, what are the dimensions? Can I maybe get the dimensions copied or something? Like properties maybe? Or preview projector, source projector, save preview, screenshot, source screenshot. Transform. Ah, there we go. Bounding box size 1544 by 1920 by 1090. Crop left, crop right. I mean, I could crop it, but I don't really want to. Alignment in bounding box, center. Nah. I have a feeling that if I copy and paste this stuff, I'll be fine. Can I open other stuff at the same time? I can. Cool. Let's do window capture. Where is it? Window capture. Create new. We'll call this File Explorer. Select a window. This. Capture method. Windows 10. Match title. It has to be the same executable. There's no audio client area. I don't know what that is. Anyway. And then let's go into the transform properties. I can only have one transform property at a time. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and take a picture then. Oh. Oh, let me, hold on. I gotta. Read aloud. It's not what I want. What did I want again? How do I predictions, quick actions. How do I forgot how to do it. I want to ban you. I need to add a stream role that saying that you can't self-promote in my chat or promote anything in my chat. Don't do that. So meaningless souffle. I'm going to give you a choice. You can either act normal in stream or I'm going to ban you. Let's see. let me do a thing really quick because now it's kind of become a matter of principle. How do I do this? Oh no. Average stream bitrate too high? That's crazy. Whatever, I'm getting distracted. I gotta focus. This is kind of frustrating. Can I? Let's do. You know what? I have a feeling that you're not going to come back for any other reason than to promote yourself. So, goodbye. Also, goodbye. See ya. Is it? I remember there was a way to. I guess I don't know if there's a way to do it on Twitch or like on the mobile app stream manager or whatever. That's fine. Anyway, I got distracted. I would like to go back to what I was doing before, which was finding a way to demonstrate to y'all how I be doing file management. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to, it's File Explorer. I also need File Explorer, like kind of where MuseScore is. And then, okay. So this is going to be 374 by 4. And then 1920 by 1079. And then position top left, scale to inner bounds. I'll call this 1544 to 1081. Yeah. And then let's do this a little bit more before we. I really wish I could make this small. I guess I could zoom in a tad. If I could mess with the crop settings. Order. At source. Scale. No. Was it? It's transform, right? Transform. Edit transform. And then we'll crop the top. Oh, what? I guess it lets you see the window or whatever, but just gonna kind of hide that in here. I'm sure it's probably fine, right? It's probably fine. No one really cares about my specific file path or seeing my NAS name. I just need to do some work off stream to try and protect it. So we'll leave that like that. And then we'll just I guess we'll close this. We'll go ahead and put this over here. And then we'll remove MuScore from this. Yeah, and then we'll go ahead and rename some stuff. So this is all going to be in alphabetical order. So we'll say ghosting, and then in parentheses we'll say acoustic guitar, which we'll have as rhythm guitar. And then for background vocals, I guess I'll say BG Vox because it's a little easier. BG Vox 1. Oops. Enter, and then we'll say ghosting BG Vox. So we can hide this menu. I mean, it's fine. It's no big deal. Anyway, BG Vox 2, and then ghosting bass guitar. Actually, let's have ghosting, or sorry, let's have bass guitar just say bass. That's way it's kind of clear. And then for this, it'll say ghosting BG Vox. I think it's 2 for me. 2 plus guitar. And then for drum kit, we'll say drum set. Oops. And then for this, we'll say oh my gosh, y'all haven't been seeing this at all. That's my bad. I'm so sorry. All right, it's fine. Basically, this is, I'm sort of using this as a way to I guess show people my specific method of, how I tend to work through stuff. So, now that the transcription is done, I have all of, the notes, the rhythms, the the form, the articulations, the dynamics, the different parts, now that that's all done and organized, I like to create PDF files that I can then send to people. Yeah, I like to then create PDF files that I can then send to people so that they can read it, right? So this is going to be a way that I share with people how I do stuff specifically. So now I have all of these, and unfortunately, what I normally do is that I have a NAS, and that's kind of where you're looking at stuff right now. But the I have a lot of really dumb pictures on my phone. I'm getting distracted. Okay. Let's stay focused, shall we? Um, yeah, my NAS is a bit full right now, so there's like certain services that I know won't load properly. Maybe hold on, maybe I might be able to. We'll see. Um, Probably not though, question mark. I don't know. I know I have a can't share this. This is private information. So I'm just going to leave it like that. For now, but I think it's called Cloud Connect or something like that. It's like a what? I thought it was called like Cloud Connect or Cloud Sync, something like that. I might have just gotten rid of it entirely because I didn't think I needed it, in which case that's fine. So I'm going to go ahead and close this. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Chrome. Ow. Ooh. Wait, no, we're fine. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all of the files that I made, and I'm going to put them onto Google Drive. So really quick, I'm going to make another scene in OBS so that you guys can see this. Bots suck. Dude, true. I'm glad that you were able to I'm glad that you were able to see that. Hey, how are you? Let's add a browser. And then we'll call this Google Chrome. And then, oh, I see. It's like a specific URL. I don't know if I want to do that. I think I might actually just do like a normal window capture, I think. We'll remove that. Say yes, do this, window capture. We'll call this Google Chrome. Bang. And then this capture method, Windows 10, match the executable, and then we'll put this on the same level as File Explorer, and then we'll remove this entirely, I think, as well as this. I don't really think I need this either. And then, so we'll have chat, and then my webcam will have Chrome. Yeah, and then I'm going to go into the... Hope the stream is going well. It is. So I actually, you can, I don't know, well, I guess you can see over to, I guess what would be my left, your right. You can see like my my File Explorer. So what I just did is that I talked a little bit about how once I'm done completely with a transcription and I have everything that I need, I go and I go and make each respective file. I make a PDF for everything, and then I go. Sorry, 374 4 0 1920 by 1079. And then we'll have the top left scale to inner bounds, center 1080 by 1081. That should be it. That's like most of what I need, at least. I feel like I'm missing something though. Oh, because this is 1544. Sorry, I am losing track of what I am talking about. Okay, that should be everything. Just in case, can I do this? Yeah, perfect. Is there any other information that I need to worry about protecting? I think that's fine. So now you can see my Google Chrome. What I'm doing right now is I'm taking all of the files that I have over in this scene, and I'm transferring them over to Google Chrome, right? Sheet music, and then I'm just gonna drop everything in here. So so that you can see I'm selecting all of these, right? And then I hit this, and then I just come over to Google Chrome and I upload them. Now, while that uploads, right, now while those upload, I'm taking all of the PDFs and I'm putting them in their respective folders. So acoustic guitar is going to be the rhythm guitar in this case. Bass is going to go, bass is going to go to bass. This one's a private part that I keep for myself, so I actually don't need that to be here. And then background vocals number 1 and number 2 actually can go in here. Drum set, we'll put in the drum set. Electric guitar is lead guitar in this case. And then lead vocals will go in the lead vocal folder. So now that all that's done, we're actually completely finished. So now I have time to actually focus on what I was trying to say. I spoke a little bit about just sort of what my process is for when I work through things. And so what I did is that I went and I transcribed things in MuseScore, right? And I went through everything. Once that's done, I exported them into parts, and then I did part design. All the part design was done because the song was mostly finished anyway. Oh, that was a mistake. I didn't mean to do that. Can I do this? Oh, God. Okay, well, parts, acoustic guitar, I think it was, and then open. Yeah, okay. But now it's here. Can I move it? No. Can I do this? Sorry, that's really annoying. Because now if I want to, like, get back into it, I have to... Can I do... Okay, cool. Let's just say open selected. And then that should take a second, and then it has everything in order. Good. Now, I'm going to save again. Sorry about that. Yeah, I went through, and then, I had to plot out the sections, like the form and the, what instruments I want to be playing. Obviously, there's the notes and rhythms, and then there's things like dynamics and dynamics and articulations and other rehearsal markings. Once that's done, I split them into parts, and then I have all of my parts here. And then once those are done, I export all of them to I export all of them to here. And then once that's done, I upload all of them to my band's Google Drive, which I then what I'll do is that I'll once once this project's all done, I will send each member of the band their respective folder for them to get a hold of, and that way they can have all the music that they need that we're going to play. But as far as that's concerned, we're all done here today. I think that's everything that I wanted to get done for today's stream. So, but yeah, I don't know. I feel good about it. So, this is my first time doing it's not technically my first time doing a music-based stream, but it's at least my first time for today, or like doing something specifically for like my indie rock band or whatever. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I can't speak today. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Ben Birchfield. I am a professional musician and audio engineer in the DFW area. Check me out on social media. I'm sure there's going to be links somewhere. Anyway, yeah, what else is there to note? To be honest, I think that's probably everything. I think I'm probably going to be streaming again on Saturday, and I'm going to be doing all the same stuff that I did today, but for a song called Dollar Bill by Hippocampus, if y'all are familiar. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!